Hi, this is Leigh Ambergy, stampwithleigh.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mentor, Ohio, and thank you for stopping by for my video today. This is the card I'm going to be featuring, and it does feature the Peace on Earth bundle in the current mini catalog. And also this small die cut here is from the Circle of Season Paper Pumpkin add-on dies. Before we get started with the card, just to give you a few little heads up here, Stampin' Up! Is having a Cyber Monday sale that starts December 1st. It features Paper Pumpkin. So what they're offering is off of the 3, 6, and 12-month subscriptions, they are offering a savings. So I have more information about this. It is on my website. My website is stampwithleigh.com. And also in this video, in the description box, I will have a link that you can copy and paste, and it will take you to this actual blog post, and it will have this information, all of the products used for this card, the measurement, and then also it will go on and tell you about starting in December, Stampin' Up! Is launching a product of the month, and that's an exclusive item you can add on to your order. And when it sells out, it sells out. If any is left over moving forward, then that will be carried over month to month. But again, only as long as supplies are available. And then also Stampin' Up! Is having a very first Black Friday sale. And that starts on November 25th. And it will go to December 1st. And that will be 40% off select products. They have not shared with demonstrators yet what select products that will be. So your best bet is to, on November 25th, is to head over to my online store. There will be a special category for that. I'm not sure if it will be Black Friday savings or how they will word that. They haven't told us that yet either, but there will be 40% off select products. I suggest you check that out early. If there's something that you see you like, grab it then. Don't wait, because again, products are only while supplies last. So that's about all of the news I have to share with you, but then let's get started with this card. It's very basic, very easy. And I don't think I'm going to be switching anything up. I think I'm going to be making it just like I have it here. And I'm just got a piece of basic white cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5. I just folded that in the center. That gives me my card base. And then it's just layering. So I have cloud cover cardstock, another piece of basic white that's just going to get layered on top of that. And I have all of my pieces parts. This is great. This card is great. If you just have various strips of your designer series paper, and I mean, it doesn't have to be a Christmas card. Just go through and see what strips you have of designer series paper. Mix and match them. That's the one good thing with Stampin' Up's designer series paper. There's two sides to it, and everything coordinates and matches great with each other. And then just do a greeting for whatever you need a card for. But I want to stamp my greeting. And I have, where's my, I missed my stamp. Oh my gosh, hang on. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. So sorry for that. I had a class, and I didn't bring all my supplies back for this. I brought everything else back, but I didn't bring my stamp. So that happens. So I've got my Stamping Pierce mat, because this is photopolymer. And again, if you are not aware, Stampin' Up! Is moving away from the red rubber stamps. So starting with the January mini catalog that will be coming out, and the online exclusives, a new set of online exclusives coming out January, there will be no more red rubber. So every stamp will be made using the photopolymer. So if you don't have a piercing mat, I suggest you order one. It gives you, make sure it gives you some extra cushion, and you get a good stamped image on that. And my ink is Secret C. I'm going to close my ink pad up. And I stamp out of the way before I stick my fingers in it. So I've got my stamping done. That's it for the stamping. Everything else with this card is cardstock and designer series paper, and it's just layering our pieces parts. So let me get started. I want to pull out my silicone mat because my glass mat here is all gluey. No, I thought I had my one with the little stars on it, and I didn't. That way I get my my glue on the silicone mat. Looks like I'm even. Then I want to put this one down. And I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not trying to make sure anything is just trying to get it straight, because it's always a challenge. Now I'm going to mount this onto my cloud cover cardstock. Sometimes if I pick it up, I can eyeball it better. All right, I'm going to use it on the back of here, attach this to my card base. And again, like I said, it's very simple, very basic, and very easy card layout. All right, my piece on earth is going to get popped out with that paper pumpkin die. I'm going to Stamp and Cut Mini here off to the side. And just so that doesn't shift on me, I'm just going to use a piece of paper tape. I get that online. I think Post-it has paper tape. And it's reusable. You can use it over and over and over until there's, my mom would say, until there's no more good left in it. So, get that. Throw the scrap away. Oh my goodness. I can tell in Northeast Ohio that we're actually starting to get into full fall weather. My fingers are drying out, and they don't work too well that way. All right, I have a piece of the Peaceful Garden glimmer paper, and I love this paper, and this is about all I have left of this color. But I'm punching that out with the 2 3/8. Yep, 2 3/8 circle punch. And I'm going to, I did put dimensionals on the back. So I'm going to, I think I did. Yes. So I'm going to adhere this greeting onto my glimmer paper. Sometimes with the glimmer paper, tape runners really don't want to adhere that. They don't want to stick. I'm going to put a block on that to make sure that it's nice and adhered. And then what I did is I die cut off camera 2 of these fern sprigs, and again with the glimmer paper, but I am going to snip those. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. So I want a little bit more, because this is, I just snipped them and then added some more. Now on this one right here, I do have a little bit left sticking out, and I'm just going to trim it again. So now I have more pieces parts instead of keep die cutting with my pretty glimmer paper. So if you don't know that, you can snip your die cuts and get more for it. So I have this one weird piece left, so I'm going to kind of put it here. Do I have any more dimensionals over here? My holder just has, I think, a bunch of minis in here. Yeah, but I have some on here. So just snip those. And again, use all those dimensionals. Even when you run out of the dimensionals, there's still plenty on the sides that you can use for your projects. Don't let it go to waste. I'm just going to remove that backing. Put my greeting here. Yeah, my liquid adhesive. So now I'm just going to figure out, where do I want these? And however I place these on here, have you ever found that however you place something, then when you actually go to glue it down, it's never how you put it. It always looks a little different. Ah, that seems to be what happens with me. It's always like, geez, I don't think that's how I had that on there, but you know, it looks okay. All right, so I think I'm going to do something like this. I'm just going to start here. Hopefully, get it situated how I somewhat had them. I'm going to grab my tweezers. Okay, well, and I don't think I grabbed that in a good place with my tweezers. So let's try it again. So I'm going to slide that one there. Press that down to let it get some contact. Okay, I know I want that one up here. Let's do it again. Applying some of our liquid adhesive. It's our multi-purpose glue. And I just happen to have mine in a very fine tip bottle. It's easier for me to control and use that way. And again, I'm always telling everyone, do what works best for you. And again, for that, I'm gonna put a block on that. Yeah, and your blocks just aren't for stamping. I mean, I use those a lot of time to, if I'm using liquid adhesive, to set that on top and just apply some extra pressure to it to make sure everything stays in place. And again, I don't have that where I want it. Let's try up here at the top. And I'm just sliding all of these behind my greeting that I popped up with dimensionals that would make that a little bit easier to slide things underneath. And I also, I don't know if you noticed, but I kept my dimensionals pretty much in the center. I didn't apply them around the outer edge because I knew I wanted to tuck and slide things underneath. So do I want to add this one here or this one here? Kind of looks like a bare spot there. So I'm just gonna overlap those. There we go, put my block on there. Now, these three little stars, those are a die cut with this set. And it's one die. And it pops out three of those at one time, which is great because then you're not trying to cut individual little stars and losing them, which is, I think I need to refill my glue bottle, which is what happens to me. Very small die cuts, I lose them. So I am just going to go ahead and put my little dots of adhesive on there. And that is still going to be just fine. It's not going to dry out on me. You look a little crooked. To there. Put you there. Move you there. Get this last one on here. Okay, move you back over there. So that's it. Very easy, but really beautiful looking Christmas card. And again, go through your paper stash, your designer series paper, and see what smaller scraps you have, or if you have just some strips, and make a really pretty birthday card, anniversary card, thinking of you card, whatever. So go, I know you've got those scraps of designer series paper. We all do. And yeah, put them to good use. Just figure out what greeting you need and you'll be all set. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And remember, copy and paste that link in the description box. That will take you over to my blog post for this card. And while you're there, sign up, enter your email into the subscribe box. And then that way, every time I post anything on my blog, a card or a video, you'll get a notification in your inbox for your email. So again, thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. Bye.